Hi Krista, so I varied my skincare routine just a little bit and I applied this new ointment that's supposed to be good for clearing out acne, and I don't know if it doesn't show up very well, fortunately, on the screen, but my face is so red, and this eye, actually, it looks kind of like someone punched me because I've got like a bright red circle. This one is there too, but not as pronounced. But I don't know why there and there. Like, what is... I had dark circles there, and now I have red raised areas? Maybe when it goes away, my dark circles will be gone. I don't think that that is going to happen. But that is a thing that happened to me. I had a real hard time sleeping yesterday, and then I worked from 2:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. tonight. And I work with very caring people that are involved in healthcare, so I kept getting responses like, "Are you alright? What's the matter with your face? Is there something wrong with your face?" Which is completely tactless, but normal as an interaction that you have in the nursing home with residents, so it becomes sort of normal between staff members, and they probably would have good medical advice for what to do. And I am all kinds of tired, so I didn't have that much for the video today. I just wanted to say, you know, I've heard a lot of people throw around the word atrocity for what's going on in Gaza, and whether or not you believe that's fair, the thing is, Americans, your government is doing things that are atrocities, like right now. And I'm not saying that means you can't criticize what's going on in Israel. Just understand that there's an element of hypocrisy, especially if you blame the Israeli people for what the government is doing. Because if the same blame, transferred onto you, then why haven't you closed Guantanamo Bay yet? Right? And what's going on in Palestine is awful, and it is destroying the Palestinian people, like completely eradicating their infrastructure in an effort to root out a terrorist organization. I can't think of any other countries where the infrastructure was almost utterly eradicated in order to root out a terrorist organization. Oh, snap. Now, obviously, that's not a one-to-one analogy. It's much more complicated than that. But I think it is important that we take responsibility. We have a shared responsibility for American war crimes. And that is a thing that we should cop to, because otherwise, having a bunch of Americans calling for an end to those atrocities and preemptive strikes and eradicating infrastructure and annihilating a people, their identity, and their means to produce a livelihood, well, that sounds a lot like hypocrisy from an imperial global hegemonic force like the United States. So to sum up, two things. One is a call to action. We need to speak up and stand up when America's government does things that are wrong with our money and in our name, which is all of the goddamn time. Oh shit. That's a lot of work. Two, we need to imagine the Israeli people complexly. So instead of blaming them for the things that their government does, we need to get into their shoes, right? A lot of Israeli people, like a lot of American people, believe that their Department of Defense is exactly that, engaged in necessary defensive operations. And that's how imperialism has worked in the 21st century. You make people feel threatened so that they will agree to invasion. That doesn't mean that those people who feel threatened and then were manipulated aren't responsible. But now you have another tool to articulate to them their responsibility. Which is good, I think, maybe. Krista, I will see you on Monday.